Oh, Del, darling, I'm so happy that you're back in town.
Oh, Tiffany, darling, how marvelous. It's been so long since we had a girl talk. So why don't you drop whatever you're doing and come over? Unless, of course, it's a man.
I'm coming over, darling, and I'm going to bring sweet little Laura Templeton with me. The poor thing is bored out of her mind. And what's worse, Luke won't even let her wear her favorite dress. So do you think maybe you might have something sensational for her?
What a question. Everything my busy little fingers touch is sensational. So bring her over, sweet, and we'll dazzle her.
Oh, darling, your love. Thank you. We'll be right over. Okay, darling. You just wait. We're going to perk you right up, get your things.
Oh, well,
and we'll go.
You go on up, and I'll meet you in just 1 second. I want to powder my nose.
Okay, darling, but you hurry. We've got to make sure that Del Fina does wonders for your body, darling.
Sure.
You crop up in the weirdest places.
How did it go with the van?
Well, there's no tunneling going on under the parking lot and nothing around the antique store.
Well, are you sure you had all your equipment tuned up and all that?
I tried them all negative. Whatever they're into, it's digging and delving isn't part of it.
All right, what about the alarm system here?
We're monitoring that right now.
Yeah, what I've got the beam set on automatic. Now, if Gray is trying to bug this place electronically, now I can pick that up and it'll be registered on a graph in the van.
But I wouldn't get your hopes up because we haven't come up with anything so
Well,
far.
I've come up with something. I think I've come up with a scheme by which we can prove that Laura's been programmed by David Gray. What we do is we come up with a very top secret operation that only we and Forbes know about. Then we let her overhear it, of course.
Little Laura.
Exactly. And we'll see how long it takes Gray to come around, and as soon as he does, we'll know that she's giving him the information.
I really think that you are using my sister, and I think it stinks. And I don't want to be a part of it.
Robert, will you let me take care of this for 1 second?
Sure.
What kind of summer camp do you think we're involved in here, Jackie? This is not a bus that you can get on and get off when it's comfortable for you. Now, I know how you feel about your sister and all that, but your sister is involved, and we have to find out how. You're in the major leagues now, girl, so stop acting like a stupid woman.
Well, I don't like the way you play.
Well, that's a shame, because we're going ahead with it with or without you.
Are you finished?
For now, yes, I am.
Well, then so am I.
Yeah, a bit heavy on it, weren't you?
Oh, Robert, come on. We're a bit heavy on everybody. It's a very heavy situation.
Yeah, but never with one another.
Well, we're all right with each other, aren't
Yeah,
we?
I know, pal, but listen, the bottom line of this is we're all on the same side, aren't we? Including her?
All right, well, maybe I was rough on her, but, Robert, I'm not going to let her stop me.
Okay, if you're sure what you're doing, let's get on with it.
I am. I'm very sure.
Now, this thing depends on me. How? Tell me.
All right, you've got to talk to Forbes, and you've got to convince him, because if you don't, none of this is going to work. You can do it.
Hey, look, I'm normally hot for your plans, but this one throws me. I mean, what's the secret information?
A change in operation that only you, I, and Forbes know about. Then we make sure that Laura finds out about it, and we'll see how long it takes for Gray to act on the information.
From loose lips.
That's it.
One question.
Go.
What's the secret information?
Oh, forgot about that. Laura's going to hear that you're very interested in the security here at the museum.
Yeah, which I'm part of, right?
Right. Now, what you do is bring Forbes in here, tell him this room isn't going to work. It's not safe. I don't know, maybe it's the window or it's too close to people.
Okay.
You know, you'll think of something. Tell him he's got to move the whole exhibit into another hall.
I think I'm with you. Okay, I'll give it the old world security try.
Oh, Robert, very important. One thing is very important. Make sure that Forbes doesn't tell anybody that the exhibit's been moved until the day of opening.
All right, I'll stress it.
All right, if the pieces fall the way I think they're going to, Gray's going to be in here with a measuring stick, and he's going to be looking in another hall, and we'll know exactly where he got the information.
Our friend, of course.
Foolproof, right?
It's clean and simple. It could well work, but there's one more little detail.
I think I'm ahead of you, but go ahead.
How's she going to learn about all this? Television?
Me.
Okay.
Oh, darling. Oh, it's so
no. I have a cold, coldy.
Oh, you do know each other, don't you?
I know simply everyone here. Why don't you, sweet, look over at those dresses and you'll swoon.
Darling, I saw the pictures of the Manhattan Ball in the paper. Oh, that was your creation that Mimi had on, wasn't it, darling?
Creation. I felt like Omar the tent maker. Dear Mimi gains 5 pounds a week and she's 100 if she's a day.
Who is that cute little boy next to her? Oh, maybe one of her grandchildren?
That cute little boy is her next husband, dear.
No.
Yes.
No.
Mimi swears it'll be the perfect marriage. She helps him with his homework. You finding something marvelous, sweet?
They're gorgeous.
Of course. Naturally, they're all mine. Monica, darling.
Hi, Laura. Well, this is a surprise.
Well, isn't this fun? Just us girls, I mean. Maybe we should get into our jammies and make fudge.
No, not until you find me something absolutely sensational to wear to dinner tonight.
Ooh, that sounds like a man. Alan?
Oh, really, Tiffany? If it were Alan, I would be wearing a suit of armor and carrying a very pointed spear.
I love your humor.
Do you have something?
Yes, I have, darling. It's in back. Let me just get it and prepare to die. Come, Tiffany.
Oh, yes, excuse me, darling.
You will die.
Oh, darling, I just have to say more. That was wonderful.
That's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, and it would look wonderful on you.
Do you think so? I hope you really mean that, because I think you've the best taste in the world.
Well, thank you, and I really do mean it. And I've also been meaning to tell you something.
What's that?
Well, I wanted to let you know I really, really enjoyed us getting together last week. I hope we can do it again.
Well, what about a hot fudge sundae?
Oh, you just said it. Oh, that sounds marvelous.
Oh, no, I know.
Listen, when we're finished here, let's just sneak away and find the biggest hot fudge sundae in town.
Sounds terrific.
Good.
Oh,
what?
one little thing. Tiffany, she watches me like a hawk.
Why?
You know, I don't know. I really don't know.
Right, Mr. Forbes, here's another example right here, this very window.
Well, that's North Light, Mr. Scorpio. That's essential whenever we use this hall for art exhibitions.
Well, be that as it may, sir, it's also a natural bottleneck. Now, the Malkuth exhibit generates the kind of crowds that we're expecting. This isn't going to be an impossible area once we get a few people in here. I mean, the congestion will be enormous. Consequently, if something should happen, I can't be held responsible for it.
Mr. Scorpio, I understand you're just doing your job, but don't you think you're anticipating trouble when there's no real reason to expect any?
Frankly, I wanted to avoid mentioning this. I didn't want to worry you unnecessarily, but I can see I now have to take you into my confidence.
Yes?
You see, when I undertake to guarantee the security of an exhibit like this one, my major contribution isn't my inspection of the general area, it's my sources.
Sources?
Yes, paid informers. Keeping in touch, keeping tabs on the underground, a sort of a confidential report on a very wide spectrum of society. That's my major contribution.
Mr. Scorpio, are you saying... I'm sorry, just what are you saying?
I'm in possession of some information, which leads me to believe that an element, namely a criminal one, is very interested in the Malkuth exhibit.
That's shocking. Good Lord.
Yes, agreed, but it's also quite true. Now, I can still guarantee security here, provided you go along with my suggestions.
Well, I'll rely on you entirely.
Good. Then you'll change the exhibit room to another part of the museum?
Definitely. The room across the hall is nearly as large as this one.
Yes, I know. I've inspected it. And from a security standpoint, I find it excellent.
Well, then, that's the room we'll use.
One more thing, Mr. Forbes. This is just between you and I. I'm sure you can see my reasoning here.
Oh, I do indeed, yes.
Good. Then nobody is to know about the change of the venue here until the exhibit opens. That includes other security personnel and the board members.
Well, you have my word. Now, I really must be getting back upstairs to say goodbye to Mrs. Quartermain and the others. And thank you, Mr. Scorpio. Thank you so very much.
All part of the job, sir.
Yeah. Mr. Spencer, I'm sorry we disturbed you.
No problem. Thank you very much, Mr. Forbes. Oh, good Lord, pal, that was great. That was great.
Convinced me, I tell you.
You haven't lost your touch. Now, all we got to do is get Airhead to overhear this, and I swear to you, the tall man will be down here so fast.
How long do you think it'll take him before he wises up? 2 days?
One. Maybe one. I think it'll take him about as long as it'll take